30. Devotional Thoughts for Women, written by Monica Diaz, read by Belinda Sainsbury. Good morning, beloved friends. Today, March the 1st, our devotional reading is entitled A Much Better Way. Community is the place where the person you least want to live with always lives. Henry Nowen. 11 o'clock Sunday morning is the most segregated hour in America, said Sky Jethani as he taught his first class as a Sunday school teacher, using Martin Luther King's phrase. What do you think about the statement? He asked his students. I think it's true, and I think it's good, a man replied from the back row. Sky could not believe someone had just said that it was good for there to be racial segregation in church. After an awkward silence, he asked the man, "Can you explain what you mean?" "We are all going to be separated in heaven by nation, tribe, and race, right? So why shouldn't we all be separate down here on earth?" Born to an Indian father and an Anglo-American mother, and now speaking to a group of Americans, Sky got nervous and decided not to explain to this church brother that he was misrepresenting the Bible passage, but instead changed the subject. The next day, he asked the pastor to assign him to a different class. "You were trying to explain 1 Corinthians 12, weren't you?" the pastor asked. "Yes," Sky replied. "Church unity, right?" again he asked. "Right. Well, this sounds like a wonderful opportunity for you to practice what you teach. He grew up in a very different time than you and in a place that doesn't share your values. You are going to have to find a way to challenge his ideas based on the Bible and stay in community with him. Unity in diversity, remember that." How hard that is. I often feel tempted to isolate myself or switch to a different church when I find out my brethren have ideas contrary to my own and sometimes contrary to the Bible. Being a community of believers is a challenge. The first difficulty consists in understanding that unity is not based on compatibility, whether of characters, ideology, or theological opinions. Unity is based on individual dependence on God, who has called us to be a community of believers which, united in spite of its differences, will give testimony of Christ's love. That love will attract other people to the truth. It is all about accepting each other as brothers and sisters and growing and changing by the influence of faith. No doubt, it is a much better way than isolating ourselves or leaving. But now, let me show you a way of life that is best of all. Love is patient and kind. It keeps no record of being wronged. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 31 and chapter 13 and verse 7.